determine your level of dedication. So one of the things that is so impressed me with Katrin, and I put some of this practice in my own self, is 2 examples for Katrin. There is never, ever a missed training session. It doesn't matter what's going around. If she's flying and she's got a photo shoot and she has to do X, Y, and Z that day, she gets up earlier. She gets up at 4:30 to get it in. If it's all these things that she has, she says no to a whole bunch of things. It's when she goes out to eat with other people, she brings her scale with her so she can weigh and measure at other people's houses, or she brings prepared meals. Now, other people can laugh at that and look at that. That's weird and stuff like that. Well, in my saying is like, go ahead and laugh at me, for Katrin's sake. Like, here's a great story. At the athletes' dinner at the CrossFit Games this year, they do an athlete dinner where they announce the first day of workouts and they say you're getting on a plane at 3:30 tomorrow morning and they don't know where they're going. And Dave Castro basically does a scare session. It's, watch out for the sharks. And that's basically what the whole dinner's about.
Yeah.
At that dinner, they serve the athletes food. Katrin brought her scale. And at the athlete table, she's there with all the other girl games athletes. She brings out her scale and she starts portioning out the food that they gave her and weighing out her macros and everything. And all the girls started laughing at her like, what are you doing? Like, this is good. And she's like, this is what I do. Mm-hmm. And it's worked out pretty well. Another thing that when I went through this, I challenged myself last spring to see what I was capable of on a nutritional standpoint. And I really had no end state goal of where I wanted to be in terms of like how lean I wanted to be or performance or anything else. I wanted to do it just for the sake of like, what can I commit myself to? And can I stick to it? And the thought was, I'm going to weigh and measure my food for 30 days, eating clean, whatever you want to call it, paleo, whole foods. So weighed and measured exactly down to what I needed to and only clean foods. If I wasn't able to eat that, and zone proportioned. If I wasn't able to do that, so to me, it's like the hardest core thing there is, right? It's like, it's everything. It's
quantity and quality.
Yeah, so it's quantity, quality, but the difference between macros and zone is like I could have all of my oatmeal now and I could have all my protein later. So this is literally every single meal was 40, 30, 30.
Gotcha. Perfectly
balanced out, way down to all that stuff, and real whole foods. No, like I'm going to get my carbohydrates in with a donut, right? I want to see if I can do that for 30 days. And my dedication to discipline was for myself, I told myself, if I can't do that at a meal, I don't get to eat that meal. So because of that, it was like every meal was perfect. And if there wasn't, there's my out. I have an out. The out is not the donut. Right. The out is I don't eat. It's that type of thing. You could do something else. Like I am going to get up every single day at 5:30 a.m., no snooze whatsoever. And to do that, you have to go to bed at a certain time and dial in your nightly routine. Well, if you're dialing in your nightly routine and maybe that goes out of whack one day, your punishment to yourself, your dedication discipline is you still get up at 5:30 that day and you have to suffer through a tough day that day, knowing that's going to be hard. And the next time you're probably going to be a little more dedicated to the discipline of the nighttime routine.
Yep. So you have to be willing to hold yourself to the standard that you set.
People set these goals, and at the first blush of something that's like challenging, they're like, "Oh, okay, I'm going to eat clean."
I was never going to do it anyways.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm going to eat clean. And on the first weekend, their buddies are going to the bar, and the nachos come out, and like, oh, "Okay, the nachos." Like, dude, like it's not that. It's not rocket science. Like, say no to the nachos no matter what. Like, that's the way it is, and you just got to find. Basically, you draw the lines in the sand. And the deeper you can draw that line and know that the other thing, the other activity is over on the other side and you don't do that, the more likelihood you're going to do that. And just know that it's over there and I can't do that. For most of us, smoking cigarettes is not a challenge anymore because it's so far over there. You just have to kind of figure out where the line in the sand is, where your standards fall, and make sure that you are holding yourself to that.